The engines idling in the charcoal rain. A low frequency pulse to match the pain. I'm looking at the door, then back at your hand, tracing the lines of a life we hadn't planned. The dashboard's glowing a neon ghost light blue. I'm caught in the static of the me and the you. Subtly you're chatting, text is a digital sigh, watching the certainty start to liquefy. A cinematic stall in a beautiful dread, to leave all the always and forevers unsaid. I'm caught in the hollow between love and leaving, a reverb heavy heart that's still barely breathing. A slow motion shatter or R&B soul, surrendering the pieces that make us whole. It's a fragile devotion, a porcelain sky. I'm terrified to stay, but I'm too weak to fly. In the blur of the glow, in the scent of the evening, I'm stuck in the middle between love and leaving. Delicate piano, a minor key drift. I can feel the tectonic plates start to shift. You're the low-pass filter on a high-speed day, washing the noise and the wreckage away. 1 foot on the pavement, 1 foot on the floor. I'm a stranger at the handle of a familiar door. It's a nostalgic texture, a velvet wrap sting, the kind of a winter that only you bring. Don't go. Don't stay. The build is coming, the seats are rising high. We're a golden smudge on a violet sky. Let the clock stop, let the morning be late. I'm finally home at the garden gate. I'm caught in the hollow between love and leaving, a reverb heavy heart that's still barely breathing. A slow motion shatter or R&B soul, surrendering the pieces that make us whole. In the gray, in the state, just a whisper of we, in a you and a me, between love and leaving. Which way do I go? The mirrors reflecting a jagged sky. I'm looking for truth in the back of a light. My reflection is static, a digital blur, a ghost of the person I thought that we were. Subtle electronic pulses are thrown in my wrist, like a cinematic heartbeat that shouldn't exist. I'm holding the porcelain tight in my hands, watching the hourglass running out of sands. The oxygen's heavy, And you and me close to breaking. Are you gonna catch me? Silence has a physical weight, a heavy curtain on a rusted gate. I'm walking through the house, turning off the lamps. The hallway's cold and the air is damp. I see a toothbrush, I see a coat, like a cinematic tragedy that someone wrote. I'm whispering your name to the furniture, but the shadows don't have a cure. The oxygen's thin and the pressure is high. We're a golden smudge on a violet sky. It's a terrifying beauty, a holy mistake, to have nothing left for the heart to take. Now there's love in empty rooms, echoing slow, nowhere for a broken heart to go. A reverb heavy pulse, a R&B side, a beautiful disaster beneath the gray sky. The floorboards are humming with the things we said, while I'm living in a house of the living dead. Yeah, it's a fragile devotion, a porcelain gloom, finding love in empty rooms. Delicate piano, a minor key drifts. I can feel the tectonic plates start to shift. You're the low pass filter on a high speed day, washing the noise and the records away. I'm tracing your shadow on the eggshell wall, praying that the morning doesn't come at all. It's a nostalgic texture, velvet wrap stain, the kind of secret that the winter would bring. Where will you come back? The build is coming, the sins are rising high. I'm a sonic tragedy, a beautiful lie. Let the beams buckle, let the ceiling fall. I'd rather have the haunting than nothing at all. Now there's love in empty rooms, echoing slow, nowhere for a broken heart to go. A reverb heavy pulse, an R&B side, a beautiful disaster beneath the gray sky. Just the dust, just the us. One more breath before the rest. Love in empty rooms. I'm still here. I'm walking through the architecture of a ghost. The pillars are crumbling, the garden is lost. I remember the velvet, the wine and the silk, the promises flowing like honey and milk. Now it's just ivy and cracked open stone, a kingdom of silence, I'm ruling alone. The roof is the sky and the floor is the dust, the beautiful wreckage of a shattered trust. I should build something new, something solid and square, but I can't stop breathing this nostalgic air. It's a haunted museum, a holy defeat, where the memory of you and the misery meet. 'Cause I'm living in the soft ruins of love, where the shadows are velvet and the sky is above. It's a broken down temple, a masterpiece grave, a cinematic ending that won't go away. The pillars are falling, the colors are thin, but I'm still guarding the what could have been. It's a beautiful tragedy of living shoved in the quiet and cold of the soft ruins of love. I find a gold earring in the debris of the hall, a tiny reflection on a shadow-drenched wall. It feels like a relic from a century past, a fragment of always that was destined to last. I'm tracing the outlines of where we once stood before the forever turned into no good. I'm a caretaker now for the dust and the rust, the lonely remains of a blind kind of trust. Don't knock down the walls, don't clear out the space. I'm still finding pieces of your perfect face. It's a wreck, but it's ours. It's a mess, but it's home. A cathedral of we in a world of alone. It's beautiful here in the ruins. 'Cause I'm living in the soft ruins of love, where the shadows are velvet and the sky is above. It's a broken down temple, a masterpiece grave, a cinematic ending that won't go away. The pillars are falling, the colors are thin, but I'm still guarding the what could have been. It's a beautiful tragedy of men shoved in the quiet and cold of the soft ruins of the dust is settling on the memories and the ruins, soft ruins of love. The curtains are heavy, the world is on mute, but I'm back in the orchard, tasting the fruit. In the daylight I'm steady, I'm cold and I'm dry. I mastered the art of the fine and the high, but the moment my eyelid surrendered away, I'm crossing the border, I'm opening the gate. There's a house in the canyon that doesn't exist, where we're still tangled in the morning mist. The logic of noon is a liar at best. It tells me you're gone, puts the ghost to rest. But the subconscious mind is a kingdom of blue, where every single road leads straight back to you. 'Cause while the city is asleep, I'm wide awake in the past, building a version of us that was destined to last. I'm running through hallways, or maybe it might, under the glow of a different light. They say it's just chemicals firing in the dark, but I still feel the heat, I still feel the spark. I'm a prisoner of midnight, and I don't wanna be through. I'm still dreaming of you. I'm still dreaming of you. You're wearing that jacket, the one with the tear, and you're laughing at something that isn't quite there. The physics are broken, the gravity's wrong, but I've never felt like I'm more flicker of starlight, you chose to stay. Just 5 more minutes. Just chemicals firing in the dark, but I still feel the heat, I still feel the spark. I'm a prisoner of midnight, and I don't wanna be through. I'm still dreaming of you. I'm still dreaming of you. At the window, but I'm closing my eyes just to find you again. Still dreaming. Replaying every scene we ever made. The coffee's cold, the static's loud and lean, while the colors of your sweater start to fade. I'm chasing shadows where you used to sleep, a ghost of us in the hollow of the bed. Promises are heavy things to keep when you're the only one who's staying fed. I try to breathe, but the air feels like glass. Counting the minutes, watching them pass. They say that time is a healer, a friend, but I'm just waiting for the breaking to end. 'Cause my hands are still wrapped around a memory. My heart is still tethered to the wheel. In the quiet of the rain, through the static and the pain, I'm the only one left in the blue. Yeah, the world's moving on, finding someone to love, but I'm stuck in the pulse of too soon. I'm still holding, I'm still holding, I'm still holding you. I'm still holding you. Saw your name on a screen yesterday, a digital sting in the palm of my hand. I almost reached out, almost had to say that I'm drowning in the miles of this sand. You're out there building a brand new life, while I'm guarding the ruins of the old. Every I love you cuts like a knife in a story that's already been told. Letting go is a violent kind of grace. It's a slow burn fire I can't outrun. I'm memorizing the lines of your face before the light of the morning is done. But I'm not ready for the silence. No, I'm not ready for the none. 'Cause my hands are still wrapped around a memory. My heart is still tethered to the wheel. In the quiet of the rain, through the static and the pain, I'm the only one left in the blue. Yeah, the world's moving on, finding someone to love, but I'm stuck in the pulse of too soon. I'm still holding, I'm still holding, I'm still holding you. I'm still holding you. Still holding static charged blue. As I stood on the corner and looked at you, the city noise vanished, the clocks lost their gears, the sudden suspension of all of my fears. You said something simple, a hello, a hey, but it felt like a mountain was moved out the way. I didn't see shadows, I didn't see ends, just a bridge being built between lovers and friends. Gravity shifted, the pavement felt light, like 1,000 small lanterns were winning the night. I was a dreamer who finally woke up to a sky that was filling my empty gold cup. 'Cause the day we fell was a cinematic glow, a high-speed vibration, a beautiful glow. The stars were in reach and the moon was a stone that we skipped on a river we'd finally known. No warnings of winter, no whispers of rain, just a heart-stopping rhythm and a sweet holy pain. The world was a masterpiece, perfectly swell in the velvet wrapped silence of the day we fell. We walked for a decade in a single hour, watching the concrete turn into a flower. I memorized every small line on your face as we move through a world with a different grace. I didn't know then that the light was alone, or that always was something we didn't quite own. I was a saint of the now and the yes, caught in the pulse of a beautiful man. Everything changed when you said my name. 'Cause the day we fell was a cinematic glow, a high-speed vibration, a beautiful glow. The stars were in reach and the moon was a stone that we skipped on a river we finally know. No warnings of winter, no whispers of rain, just a heart-stopping rhythm and a sweet holy pain. The world was a masterpiece, perfectly swell in the velvet wrapped silence of the day we fell. Just falling into the light before the long night, the day we fell. I didn't pour it out in droplets, I gave you the sea. I carved out the parts that were meant just for me. Gave you the keys to the rooms I kept locked, while the rest of the world stood outside and just knocked. I was the safety, the soft place to land, a map of the future drawn into your hand. I stayed in a house that's gone cold and too quiet, watching the ghosts start a slow motion riot. They say that you win when you give it your all, but I'm just the one who's left taking the fall. Still hanging in the air like a question you left when you didn't even care. It's in the threads of your sheets, it's the ghost in the hall, the biggest thing about me, the thing you made small. I'm looking for pieces I can't get back now, a broken promise, a shattered glass vow. It's a debt you can't pay, it's a price you can't save. I'm just haunted by the love I gave. Do you feel it sometimes when you're out with your friends? The weight of a devotion that never quite ends. Does it catch in your throat when you hear our old song? The ghost of a right that you turn into wrong. I'm empty now, like a well running dry, underneath a hollow in a colorless sky. I don't want bankrupt, I just wanna know how you could hold it and then let it go. It was a masterpiece, it was a work of art, and you just used it to tear me apart. You didn't deserve a single spark. 'Cause the love I gave is still hanging in the air like a question you left when you didn't even care. It's in the threads of your sheets, it's the ghost in the hall, the biggest thing about me, the thing you made small. I'm looking for pieces I can't get back now, a broken promise, a shattered glass vow. It's a debt you can't pay, it's a price you can't save. I'm just haunted by the love I gave. Still everywhere, the love I gave. The oxygen was sweet and thick with gold, a finished story that refused to grow old. We didn't need the words or a common tongue, we were tangled in the air while the world was young. I inhaled your secrets and I exhaled mine, in a parallel rhythm in a blurred timeline. We were living on a frequency nobody could find, in the hollow of a moment we left behind. They say that breathing is a reckless to the bone, a biological pulse that we carry along. But I was only living inside your chest, a restless spirit in a holy rest. 'Cause it was the love we breathed, the silver mist, the cinematic one that we see with a kiss. It was in the atmosphere, it was in the haze, the internal engine of our better days. Now the air is empty and the lungs are thin, wondering where the lonely was supposed to begin. I'm choking on the silence, I'm starving for the heat of the love we breathe with every single beat. I walk through the park and I stand by the sea, searching for the oxygen that felt like me. But it's just nitrogen and carbon and dust, the faded out remnants of a shattered trust. I remember the weight of your pulse on my skin, the exact vibe 'Cause it was the love we breathed, a silver mist, a cinematic wonder that we see with a kiss. It was in the atmosphere, it was in the haze, the internal engine of our better days. Now the air is empty and the lungs are thin, wondering where the lonely was supposed to begin. I'm choking on the silence, I'm starving for the heat of the love we breathe with every single beat. Ooh, the last exhale. Ooh, in the quiet of the night, a one-way flight. The love we breathe, just The dashboard clock was frozen at 1:09, a jagged little fracture in the timeline. We were parked beneath the streetlight that was flickering out in the deafening silence of a final doubt. The rain was a percussion on the hollow roof as we searched for the sorry and the missing proof. But the oxygen was heavy and the words were thin, the exact vibration where the endings begin. There was no explosion, there was no loud sound, just the tectonic shift of the solid ground. A beautiful tragedy in slow motion, real, the moment that we both forgot how to feel. 'Cause it was the night we broke a cinematic blur, a shadow-drenched version of the way we were. It was a velvet disaster, a rhythmic shove, the terminal station of the love we loved. The stars were extinguished and the sky was ash, watching the empire and the altar crash. The lights stayed off and the morning was smoke in the hollow of the heart on the night we broke. You reached for the handle, but you didn't look back, leaving a trail of maybe in a faded black. The condensation was dripping like metallic tears, a summary of our unspoken fears. I watch your taillights bleeding into the fog, a final entry in a lost cause log. The engine hummed a low and lonely note, like a goodbye letter that nobody wrote. If I could rewind the tape, if I could stop the spin, would I let the unraveling ever begin? Oh, I'd stay in the silence before the break, before the catastrophic and the rhythmic ache. One more second before the glass shattered. 'Cause it was the night we broke a cinematic bird, a shadow-drenched version of the way we were. It was a velvet disaster, a rhythmic shove, the terminal station of the love we loved. The stars were extinguished and the sky was ash, watching the empire and the altar crash. The lights stayed off and the morning was smoke, the hollow of the heart on the night we broke. Still broken. The long, long, long night, the long, long night we broke. When the glass hit the floor. tune while we were tangled in the heavy blue. I'm in that garden underneath the moon, where every breath I took belonged to you. The city noise was just a distant blur, a radio playing songs from far away. I felt the world begin to lose its stir, as if the clock forgot to find the day. No maps to follow, no place we had to be, just the salty air and the pull of the sea. I didn't know then it was borrowed time, a beautiful debt, a rhythmic crime. Oh, the night we loved felt like a holy thing, a velvet weight of quiet, golden sting. We were cinematic, we were pure and wild, before the glass broke and the rain got piled. I'm still living in that flickering glow, in the only version of us I know. When the stars were low and the world was shut into the silence of the night we love. Of your perfume, I move the books, I rearrange the chairs, but I'm still tripping on the ghost of you on the stairs. The silence isn't empty, it's a physical weight, a sprawling empire, a sovereign state. I'm a trespasser now in a home I once knew, just a shadow orbiting the outline of you. They say nature abhors a vacuum or hole, but it's carved a cathedral inside of my soul. I'm filling the hours with noise and with light, but nothing can conquer the reach of the night. 'Cause the space you left is a wide open wound, a cinematic silence that's perfectly tuned. It's a hollow point ache, it's a cold white glow, the only part of us that continues to grow. I'm building a life on the edge of the void, in the ruins of the always that we both destroyed. Everything's quiet and everything's left in the middle of the canyon, space you left. watch something live in the corner where you had nothing left to give. But even the leaves seem to lean toward the door, like they're looking for the footsteps that don't hit the floor. I'm haunted by the nothing where you're something used to be, a negative image of the version of me. It's a shape without a body, a song without a sound, the loudest vibration I've ever found. It's a room I can't lock, it's a debt I can't pay. It's the part of the morning that stays gray. I'm stretching my arms, but I'm touching the wall of the never again that's surrounding it all. It's so weird. How did you fit it all in your heart? Space you left is a wide open wound, a cinematic silence that's perfectly tuned. It's a hollow point ache, it's a cold white glow, the only part of us that continues to grow. I'm building a life on the edge of the void, in the ruins of the always that we both destroyed. Everything's quiet and everything's left in the middle of the canyon, the space you left. Just space, a beautiful, terrifying space where you used to be. The surface is a mirror, cool and glass. I smile at everyone who happens to pass. I've got the conversation down to an art, to hide the tremors of a breaking heart. I'm wearing sunlight like a heavy mask. I'm doing fine is all they ever ask. But there's a basement where the lights are blown, the secret cellar where I'm all alone. I'm keeping busy, keeping my head high, watching the seasons and the clouds go by. But there's a gravity you can't outrun, a shadow waiting when the day is done. 'Cause underneath my heart there's a deep blue sea, where the version of you is still drowning me. Below the laughter and the neon glow, there's a world of us that I can't let go. It's a tectonic hate, it's a silent scream, the dark foundation of a broken dream. I'm fine on the outside, playing my part, but it's still raining underneath my heart. I buried every letter, every rose, in a place where nobody ever goes. But grief is a root that grows through the floor. It's always scratching at the cellar door. I feel you moving in the deep of my chest, a restless spirit that won't let me rest. You're the architect of the hollow sound, in the quiet places where I'm never found. It's the tectonic shift of a love gone wrong, the heavy bass line of a lonely song. I'm a skyscraper built on shifting sand, trying to hold it together with a trembling hand. How deep does it go? Nobody has to know. 'Cause underneath my heart there's a deep blue sea, where the version of you is still drowning me. Below the laughter and the neon glow, there's a world of us that I can't let go. It's a tectonic ache, it's a silent scream, the dark foundation of a broken dream. I'm fine on the outside, playing my part, but it's still raining underneath my heart. Way down deep, hey, where the light can't reach, staining underneath my heart. The architect said the foundation was thin, but I love the way that the light flooded in. We didn't have much, just a key and a dream, and a soft steady pulse like a slow-moving stream. You drink your coffee, I'd watch the sky change. Nothing felt heavy, nothing felt strange. We weren't the gold or the heights of the flame. We were the quiet that called out our name. They say you need more than a feeling to survive, more than a spark to keep the fire alive. But I trade the world and the stars up above for one more hour of being just enough. We were enough in the heat of the night, before we started looking for a brighter light. We were the answer, we were the song before the forever started feeling too long. I'm looking for flaws in the way that we grew, but I only find versions of me and of you, where the world was a ghost and the timing was tough. But it didn't matter, 'cause we were enough. Walking through houses with marble and stone, but I've never felt quite this much on my own. We chased the horizon, we wanted the more, then we forgot what we were fighting for. Now I've got the riches, I've got the view, but they're the hole in the room where I used to have you. We outran the magic to find something real. Now I can't remember the way it should feel. Maybe the beauty was just in the small, the way that you catch me before I could fall. We weren't a tragedy, weren't a mistake, just a beautiful glass that we managed to break. We had it all when we had nothing at all. We were enough in the heat of the night, before we started looking for a brighter light. We were the answer, we were the song before the forever started feeling too long. I'm looking for flaws in the way that we grew, but I only find versions of me and of you, where the world was a ghost and the timing was tough. But it didn't matter, 'cause we were enough. Yeah, we were enough. Just you and me. Everything we needed to be. The world was a map with the edges all gold, a story that didn't know how to grow old. I wore your devotion like a secondary skin, and I didn't let a single doubt settle in. We were a fortress, a high altitude dream, a steady vibration, a silver lit stream. I walked on the water because you said I could, and I understood always the way that I should. Gravity didn't apply to the ghost of us then. We were now, there would never be then. I was a believer, a saint to the spark, lighting a match in the thick of the dark. 'Cause when I believed, the stars were just lanterns, and life was a series of beautiful patterns. I didn't see shadows, I didn't see ends, I didn't see lovers becoming just friends. The air was a melody, the silence was sweet, and the ground never crumbled beneath my feet. Now I'm just a skeptic, a heart that's deceived. But God, I was holy when I believed. Now I look at the sky and it's just empty space, a hollow reflection of a long faded face. The magic is gone, the physics are cold, the truth is a weight that I'm forced to uphold. I miss the girl who didn't know how to break, who didn't have maybe you're mistaken awake. She's a stranger I meet in the back of my mind, a version of me that I'll never quite find. It's a beautiful ruin, a temple in dust, the casualties of a blind kind of trust. I give up the wisdom, I give up the sight, just to go back to the warmth of red light. Just for a second, before I knew better. 'Cause when I believed, the stars were just lanterns, and life was a series of beautiful patterns. I didn't see shadows, I didn't see ends, I didn't see lovers becoming just friends. The air was a melody, the silence was sweet, and the ground never crumbled beneath my feet. Now I'm just a skeptic, a heart that's deceived. But God, I was holy when I believed. I was when I The clocks were slower, the colors were loud. We were walking on a silver lined cloud. I didn't look for the exit or the how it ends. I wasn't counting the cost or the broken bends. The coffee tasted like a promise in the cup, and I never wanted the sun to come up. Every good night was a heavy sweet weight, a golden key to a permanent gate. The air was thicker, the silence was kind. Before the forever started to unwind, I was a masterpiece. see noise. I'm looking for the echo of our specific joys. The diner booth is just a piece of blue vinyl, and every hello feels heavy and final. I see the girl I was in the back of my mind, a version of me that I'll never quite find. She didn't have scars, she didn't have doubt, she didn't know what leaving was all about. It's a vintage film, a flickering reel of a version of human I no longer feel. I trade the wisdom, the armor, the sight, to go back to the blindness of that specific light, just for a second, before the words begin. 'Cause when still flickers like it knows the way your shadow used to brush the floor. I'm wearing habits like the winter clothes, but I don't hear your key inside the door. We had a language made of midnight tea and heavy silences that felt like home. Now I'm a sailor on a glass calm sea, just learning how to be this much alone. I'm overanalyzing every goodnight text, like a riddle that I'm never solving next. The air is thinner since you withdrew. I'm still breathing in the ghost of you. Back when you stayed close, the world was small. We didn't need a roof, we didn't need a wall, just the gravity of you and me. The only place I ever wanted to be. Now the distance is a deafening sound, and I'm just looking for some solid ground. Everything's a blur, everything's a ghost, compared to how it felt when you stayed close. Today, a tiny silver spark against the gray. It felt like finding treasure in a wreck, a little piece of warmth I can't collect. I remember how your pulse felt on my wrist, a steady rhythm that I shouldn't miss. But every beat is like a countdown clock to the moment that you finally had to walk. For the space where I used to see your face. Back when you stayed close, the world was small. We didn't need a roof, we didn't need a wall, just the gravity of you and me. The only place I ever wanted to be. Now the distance is a deafening sound, and I'm just looking for some solid ground. Everything's a blur, everything's a ghost, compared to how it felt when you stay close. So close, I could almost hear your heart change its mind when you stay close. I changed my number and I moved the chair, but I still find your echoes everywhere. The static comes a frequency, you know, a radio station that I can't let go. I'm building levees in my tired mind to leave the memory of your touch behind. But every street sign and every rainy street, it's just a rhythm for your ghost to beat. I try to drown the signal in the noise, in the hollow, hollow depths of other voices. But when the city sleeps and the sirens fade, I'm back in the wreckage that we made. 'Cause across the miles in the empty space beyond the time I'm trying to erase, your love still calls, it's a lowing home. The only direction I'm running from is a haunted melody, a silver wire pulling me back to the edge of the fire. No matter how far or how deep I fall in the dead of the night, your love still calls. It isn't words, it's just a feeling now, a heavy pressure on my fevered brow. The way the shadows lean against the wall, waiting for the moment that I finally stall. I see a car that looks like yours at 4 a.m. And for a second I'm back in the dam. The us that lived before the world got loud, before we lost the sun inside the clouds. It's a vibration in my very bones, the king of a kingdom of empty thrones. Pick up the phone, oh, there's no one there, just the shivering ghost of a desperate prayer. Stop calling, stop calling my name. 'Cause across the miles in the empty space beyond the time I'm trying to erase, your love still calls, it's a lowing hum. The only direction I'm running from is a haunted melody, a silver wire pulling me back to the edge of the fire. No matter how far or how deep I fall in the dead of the night, your love still calls. To a bed, it's a phantom relief. It's a phantom ring in a hollow hole, still calling. Your love still calls. I stripped away the layers, the hobbies and the clothes, to find the hidden center that nobody else knows. But the mirror is a window looking straight back at you. In the curve of my smile and the specific kind of blue, I've forgotten how I sounded before you spoke my name, before the slow burn flicker became a cinematic flame. I didn't just love you, I became the thing we made. a beautiful reflection in a long fading shade. They say your heart is independent, a muscle on its own, a rhythm and a vibration that nobody else can know. But my blood is just your legacy, my skin is just your map, a broken down traveler caught in your trap. Cause when you left, I vanished in the middle of the night, a silhouette searching for a cinematic light. I lost my own reflection, I lost the way to be, because the best part of my spirit was the you inside of me. It wasn't just devotion, it was a biological key. Your love was me. Your love was me. I'm trying to rebuild a foundation of my own, in a city of glass where the wind is always blown. But everything I choose is just a reaction to your ghost, to the person in the world that I needed the most. I wear your favorite color because I forgot my own. I hum your favorite melody into the telephone. I'm a haunted house built entirely of you, a one-way mirror in a shattered kind of view. Separate the atoms, disentangle the threads from the cinematic pillows in the hollow point beds. I don't know where you end and where I should begin. You're underneath the surface, you're living in my skin. I'm nobody without your shadow. My mirror is gone in the cinematic light. Your love was me, still me, just you. Just you. I painted the walls a different shade to hide the geometry of the mess we made. I changed the bulbs that brighten the hall, but there's a silhouette that refuses to fall. The sun moves its finger across the floor, searching for the person who doesn't live here anymore. I'm living in a house of artificial light, afraid of the shapes that come out at night. They say a shadow is just an absence of glow, a cold dark place where the colors won't go. But yours has a way, yours has a sound. It's the heaviest thing that I've ever found. 'Cause the keys are on the table and the closet is bare, but your shadow stays in the empty air. It's tangled in the curtains, it's etched in the wood, guarding the places where we understood. I can run from the memory, I can hide from the views, but I can't outrun the dark that looks like you. No matter where I turn, no matter what I pray, the light moves on, but your shadow stays. I see you reaching for a glass of wine in the negative space of a shattered timeline. to begin. Turn off the lamps, let the darkness be deep. It's the only way I can finally sleep, because in the blackout the shadow is gone, until I'm betrayed by the coming of dawn. It's still there in the corner of my eye, 'cause the key